welcome back to the fourth episode of Wave World. Today I got like my homie and one of my favorite producers, Zigs. What's up, bro? How you doing?
Good, bro. So I'm telling.
I met Zigs through TikTok. I thought he was an artist at first. I didn't even know he was a producer. And I remember I just like the TikTok I watched, it was him like making a song of Band Lab. I know a lot of Band Lab rappers, but he was actually good. And then I hit him up, send him a beat, and he locked in on the song. And I found that he's producing. So we just been homies. So what's going on, bro? How are you?
Man, I've been chilling, just trying to keep my grades up in college and all that, trying to balance everything. You know what I mean?
Hey, like half of us, same as me. I know how that goes.
I feel you.
I'm gonna start off with like the generic intro question. How'd you get into producing?
All right, so I didn't originally want to be a producer. I wanted to be a rapper, right? Because I was listening to a lot of Uzi and SSX and I would be hearing their songs. I was like, you know what, bro? Why don't I start rapping? So I discovered, free type beats on YouTube and all that. And I read the description one day and it was like free for nonprofits. I was like, oh, I don't want to pay for it. So why not just make my own beats? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I ended up finding Soundtrap. So I used to just make beats on Soundtrap.
Bro, almost every guest has said they started on Soundtrap. That's so crazy, bro.
That's like, I know a lot of producers start off at Soundtrap. But after that, my grandma got me this Google Play card, like $25 on it, and I got FL Studio Mobile. So then I just started making beats off my phone. I was already making beats on my phone with Soundtrack, but then I really like the quality improved a lot.
I feel you.
FL Studio Mobile. But yeah, that's how I started.
Dang. Okay.
I was like 13, bro.
13? Same age, bro.
I was like 13.
I feel like everybody who watches this is gonna be like all the producer nerds. Like I started at 13 too. I started on Soundtrack. Like everybody, I'm noticing like how similar we are. Obviously,
yeah.
A lot of people have the same experiences. So like I know you said like you named some of the people you were listening to. Like who were you listening to growing up?
Growing up, I ain't gonna lie. I did not listen to rap growing up.
For real?
I ain't started listening to rap till I was like in sixth grade. Bro, I used to listen to rock a lot. I mean, I still listen to rock, but rock music ain't fire. I don't remember like who exactly it was I was listening to. I just know I was messing with rock music until like one of my homeboys put me on the Uzi in like sixth grade, and then it was just up from there.
Yeah. Dang. Okay. I actually I know, and like we're gonna get to your TikToks and all that later because that's where a lot of the questions are definitely gonna come from. But like I know like in a lot of your TikTok you talk about like rock music and different influences on you. So like I know also you talk about a lot of anime music influencing you. Do you listen to anime music or do you I know you watch a lot of anime. Do you listen to it alone or do you just like take inspiration based on the episodes and OST along with it?
I do both, real for real. Like sometimes I'll just be watching some anime. I'll be like, okay, you a producer too, like sometimes like the melody just like be coming to you.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm feeling this. But sometimes I do listen to anime soundtracks, the openings and the endings and all that. Because there is inspiration in like anime music and all that, like a lot more than people think.
All right. I feel like that kind of sets you apart because I know a lot of producers love anime. You see the anime posters in the background. Remy loves anime, but a lot of producers kind of like they use it as an aesthetic, but not like for their art, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I can tell just based on the beats you make, the cover art, not even though that's kind of an aesthetic too, but just the cover art, the continuous cover art, even for the songs we got, I could tell like it's a part of your art and it's kind of like a part of your, I don't want to say your whole brand and stuff, but it's a part of your brand, and like me and Remy, we kind of touched on that, like on the importance of your brand. And like speaking of that, I noticed like a lot of your TikToks, like I was gonna say, they have a similar aesthetic with anime. And emo rock stuff, I don't know if emo's the right word, but you know what I'm saying. Like I guess
you can say that.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying. So like, what do you feel like? How do you feel about the importance of having a brand, aesthetic, etc. as a producer?
I feel like having an aesthetic is really important as like a producer, rapper, artist, really anything, because that's how the people perceive you. Like, they see me, I was like, oh yeah, that's Zigs. Like, he be messing with anime. I mess with anime too. Or like, he like alternative fashion, manga, stuff like that. So like, I mess with that too. So like, it gives them a chance to connect with you as a person, like showing off what you like and all that stuff. Because, there's other people out there that think it's cool. So it's just, I don't know, a way to connect with the artist a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I like that answer because a lot of people kind of like personalized when I ask that question, which is fine. I do the same, but the fact that you know equate it to connecting with others, it's a good answer. You know, it makes
Yeah,
sense. Like, you know, if I post video games and other people like video games, they're gonna, you know, jump on that Breaking Bad anime, whatever like
yeah.
media you use. I didn't even think about that. That's a good point though. All right, so like I kind of want to like start from the beginning a little bit before I get into TikTok questions and the media and stuff.
All
Like,
right.
when you started out on Soundtrap, you know, making beats, what was it like? Like, talk about your experiences just started, you know.
I ain't gonna lie. When I was starting off on Soundtrap, I was like making the melodies, but there
Mm-hmm.
would be like little drum loops that I would just use. So I would be like using the drum loops and like chopping them up and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of make it sound different. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't have very many of those beats anymore. But like, I used to like make them in school and all that. Like I used
Mm-hmm.
to like show my friends my beats and like we would work on them together in like the cafeteria and stuff. Like, oh, you should do this, you should do this, put this there. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So like I don't know. I used to make beats in school a lot,
Okay.
but the process it was definitely different from like FL and all that because it's a different platform.
Mm-hmm.
But Soundtrap, honestly, it's a good platform to start out. Like
Mm-hmm.
when you first get into making music, it's a good platform to use.
Okay. So, talk about like who you were listening to growing up. Who, when you got into producing, you know, after once you started using FL, or even when
Yeah,
you were using Soundtrack, who are some of your like your you don't even have to say influences, just some producers you really really like then and now, you know.
I ain't gonna lie. Then and now, off the top of my head, Pierre Bourne.
Okay.
He still inspired me. Like
For
Pierre
sure.
Bourne. I know it's Pierre Bourne, like Metro Boomin, Ronnie J. Cause like I was
Mm-hmm.
messing with XXX back then. Like him and Ronnie J, they was making music together. So it was like them three back then. Them was my main inspirations. But I say
Mm-hmm.
now, still Pierre Bourne. And then like like underground producers, more underground producers. I like Benny X too.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
I'll probably say like Clayco,
Good
like
choice.
he be making Destroy Lonely's beats. And like I
Mm-hmm.
make a lot of beats that sound kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say like right now another current inspiration of mine would probably be Zan Gang. Like
Okay.
he well known for the Puggy B beats, and
Yeah.
that's what I be making now.
Okay. Definitely. You know, I kind of like I went through my whole plug and beat thing. I'm still going through it. Like I love plug and beat. So like naming Zangang, like he is like one of the pioneers. You know,
He is one of the pioneers. I think he one of the best Puggy B producers right now.
he really is. Like I seen a tweet by DevStacks and like he was like, as a producer, having your own type of beat or like having your own genre, etc. Like is so cool. And I can only like think of Zangang. Like every day he looks up plug and beats, like go on SoundCloud, millions of different plug and beat songs. Like same thing
Yeah,
with DevStacks and Regalia. Well, not that he made Regalia, but you know that whole style. You know, well,
yeah,
Royal made Regalia, but even that, like, it's kind of just like it's so cool. Even like you know how many producers they're influencing just alone by their beats. You know, like, and then also all the producers you name, I know. So it's just a universal kind of
yeah.
influence. Okay, so like moving on to like the journey of producing, like when you were making beats on FL, so you were still rapping at this time, or like were you making more beats, rapping? Like what was it like?
I was making more beats than rapping because when I started making beats, I realized like, oh, this is a lot more fun than rapping. But I still rap sometimes, but I would make beats a lot more, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because also I had it on my phone, so I could just make beats in school. I can make beats on the fly. So it would take up a lot of my time, really too much. But I would say it's worth it now.
Okay,
But
it is.
it took up a lot of my time. And then like rapping, I had this like $50 mic that my grandma bought me for one of my birthdays. And I would like be in the basement like recording music like off some of the beats that I produce or like some beats that I found off of YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, like the beginning, it was it was kind of humbling, not gonna lie. Cause like posting, like when you post your music, you ever like post your music and like it'll only get like what 20 views on
Man,
SoundCloud or
posting an
YouTube. It
interview,
was
a
suck.
video, you spend weeks uploading. I
Yeah,
know, man. I know.
bro,
Trust, I get it,
it
bro.
is terrible. It's terrible, but you gotta be down before you come up. So
Oh God,
it's just part of the process,
that's
really.
facts. It kind of teaches you. I'm not even gonna say teach. It kind of like lets you figure out how bad you want this at the same time. Because you make
Yeah,
beats for a week, this is hard. You stop. You probably don't want it, which is fine, you know. But at least you tried. But when you just stay, especially when you bad for a long time, I was bad for a very long time. Like I look, you just started getting good making beats. You know, so I like, but it kind of makes you think about how much you want it. You know.
Yeah. And I agree with that too, because I was pretty bad when I was first starting out. Like,
Man, I was garbage, bro. I used to be like,
bro,
man, am I gonna be good? Like everybody's like, you're gonna get good. Like I'm listening to producer grind podcast and stuff. Like they got good. I'm still bad. Like, like what am I missing? You know, like I'm watching the tutorials. I'm making beats every day, but it's just it really does let you know how much you want it. You know, because
yeah,
like
I
a
was
lot
the
of things,
same way, man.
like I've done a lot of things in my life and I'll quit. You know, but
Yeah,
producing is like I know I love it. You know, and like the love for it is kind of universal because I like a lot of times I tell people like producing is like one of the loneliest things you'll do, even if you have producer friends in real life online, you basing your whole thing off working with a computer. You know, even if you're making beats like with melodies and stuff, you working with what's the word I'm looking for? Like objects, basically. You
yeah,
know, so like even if you work with other people, it's still a lonely thing. But it kind of, like I said, it kind of lets you know if you have the love for it or not.
I agree.
So I kind of want to like keep asking some more questions about like making beats and like being a producer and being a rapper because you are the first producer rapper we've had on. Like I'm gonna ask the question. I'm pretty
Oh
sure
yeah,
you probably don't even have an answer for it, but you might. What do you like better, producing or rapping? I know you produce more, but
I'm
your
like,
songs are good, bro. Like I like
yeah,
your music. So what do you like? What do you like to do the most?
appreciate it. But honestly, I like producing more. But I mean, I like both, but I do like producing more. I produce more, but it's like producing. It's like creating a vibe, you know.
Mhm.
But like you creating that from scratch,
Yeah.
like you gotta like the inspiration that you could take from producing is almost limitless versus
Mhm.
rapping, where you already have that vibe and you're just like catching it.
Okay.
And
That's
I'm
cool.
personally the type that wants to create more,
Mm-hmm.
but I still like rapping. I think it's fun. Like you can, just say whatever. Like
Right.
it could go hard. But I do like producing a lot more, honestly.
Okay.
But they're both cool.
Okay. So do you feel like it's when you meet new people in the music industry, do you feel like it's hard to distinguish yourself as a producer and rapper because most people see you as a producer, or you just feel like people see you as both?
Honestly, I feel like people see me more as a producer, but that's
Mhm.
really how I advertise myself.
Okay.
Like,
I was about to say
but
that.
like, yeah, people that like really like know my music, they know I rap.
Mhm.
But like, if you like just finding out about me, you probably not gonna know that, which is cool with me because I really do want to brand myself as a producer.
Mhm.
But one day I do want to like start promoting myself more as an artist and start rapping on my own beats. You know, like how Pierre did it.
Right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
something like that.
Okay, I feel that. So, all right, that's a good way to put it. All right, so now like I kind of want to like ask about like the TikToks and everything because like I still haven't dropped Remy's interview, but we talked about you
Oh
and
yeah.
TikTok and everything.
Y'all
So I
was
was like,
talking
I
about
really,
me.
yeah. He was like, man, this TikTok grind is crazy. But y'all don't know, I even have the stuff up right now. Zigs has a over 140,000 likes. His biggest video has more than 48,000 views.
Oh yeah.
Every time I scroll on TikTok, even when I'm on my For You page, not my friends page, Zigs comes up every 3 videos. You know, I see his content more than I see my content, which is kind of motivating. You know, so and I
Yeah.
found you through TikTok. Remy said he even found you through TikTok. You know, and I'll be watching the videos. You know, I see the comments and everything and the grind. So you already know how like when you start making TikToks, we're gonna get into like the schedule because I already know you might not even want to drop the sauce, but bro, like how the TikToks even start? Obviously, I mean, you just wanted to post, but like tell your story of it.
All right, so let me tell you how I started, right? So I ain't gonna lie, I used to be one of the type of people that hated TikTok. Right? I didn't even have the app
Me too.
downloaded.
Me too.
So I was trapping off YouTube and Instagram, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then one day I know one of my friends was like, "Hey, you should try to post your beats on TikTok." Cause like I had it, but I didn't post nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was like, all right, why not? Started posting my beats on TikTok. They didn't go anywhere. I mean, I didn't know nothing about algorithm or anything like that. I was
Mm-hmm.
just posting them. I was like, just like little anime edits with my beats in the background. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
still do that now, but it's different. So I
Okay.
was doing that. I ain't gonna lie. I got discouraged and I stopped posting on TikTok for like what 3 months. And then I remember I started making like comedy videos on TikTok, right? Like I was so serious. Like I was
Do
making
your
like
homework on them sketch videos. He got
bro, I
some
was
skits
making
on his channel, man. Do your homework, man. It hit different.
I was doing like little skits on TikTok, and then I saw like success with it. I was like, hold on, my video. Like I had a couple videos that like went viral, and I was getting followers. I'm like, okay. So I was like, I'm just using my platform to start posting my music, but it
Mm-hmm.
still didn't go anywhere. And it was one video that did. That was the one that you discovered, I think, because you said
Yep.
you discovered me off a video of me like making a song.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the first time I really seen something. So I was like, all right. So then I like rebranded myself from comedy to music. So then I started posting my music consistently. But it didn't really go anywhere until like December. Because you know that beat, Let's All Love Ziggy, that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I posted that beat and it did really well the first time I posted it. So I'm like, okay. So I started making more beats like that because I saw success off of it, and I started posting more and more, like learning more about like how the algorithm works and all that. And once I figured that out, I was like, all right, but all I gotta do is post a couple times a day at a certain time, make some captions, and honestly, I would just make like a lot of drafts and then like post them.
Mm.
So like I have like mass drafts in my TikTok right now.
I can
like I
imagine, bro.
just I just post like 2 every day, and I make some whenever like I come up with like a caption in my head.
Mm-hmm.
But that's really all I do. It's not too complicated, but it does like you got to do a little bit of research.
Right. Okay. Okay. All right. That's the sauce, man. Do your research. But for real, like for somebody, let's say I'm a producer, for somebody that's putting this stuff on TikTok, not seeing no success, what do you want? Like, what would you say? What would you tell them?
Most importantly, do not give up, bro. Like be consistent. Because if you like not seeing no progress and you're like, dang, I'm not seeing no progress, my beat's probably not gonna go nowhere, and you quit, they're not gonna go anywhere because you're not posting your music. But if you stay consistent, somebody's gonna notice you, even if like you don't go viral or that, like someone's gonna notice you. Like he noticed me. I have some other people that have noticed me even before my videos start doing really well, like hitting me up asking for beats and stuff. So like even if you're not getting a lot of views, you can still make some money. Like you sell some beats, you can have people hear your beats.
True.
But yeah, if you stay consistent, you're definitely going to see progress. Like no matter what, like that's consistency is really key.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I agree with that. Same thing for YouTube, Instagram, anything. Like I definitely agree with that. So let's say somebody like they're gonna start, they're gonna be consistent. How many times would you tell them to upload a day? Average, at least. What would you tell the average person? Like this, how many times you should be uploading?
Oh, average once or twice a day.
Okay, not 3-4 uploads, 6 uploads a day. None of that.
Nah, I mean you can, but if you don't feel like it, just do 1, 2. 1, 2 is okay. I mean 6. If you do 6 a day, I respect the grind.
Oh, yeah. I would too, but at the same time, the quality might go down. You make a 6 videos, by the 4th one, you could how many beats you make in a day? Like
yeah. But yeah, 1, 2. That's probably key. Keeps the quality, nice, and you're still getting good engagement, good consistency. You're posting every day, literally.
What would you say, like, a mistake you think most people make when it comes to trying to blow up on TikTok?
Honestly, like a mistake that people make trying to blow up on TikTok is trying to be like everybody else. Like you'll see, like, ooh, this blew up, so why don't I do this? But I mean, it can happen. But blowing up for being like someone else is not the same as blowing up for like being authentic, like being you. So that's definitely a mistake. I mean, it works, but I would still say it's a mistake because they're not gonna know you. They just gonna know really like that other person.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like one of the clips I uploaded, like for Wave Roy, was talking like it was in Benji Cole's video, and he was saying like you gotta follow the trends. But I think like some people are gonna misinterpret that because when he was explaining it more, he's not saying to like be like everybody else, but he's saying like when it comes to following trends, like if you see posting beats is blowing up, post beats, but post the beats you like in the way that you like. You know what I'm saying? Like follow trends really doesn't mean make the same type of stuff as somebody. It just kind of means the same format. Like there's probably a bunch of producers out there posting their beats with something in the background, but you're using the anime that you like, with your captions. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy you spoke on that. Okay, so now I kind of like when I like it's like the last like 10 minutes, I like to ask like the producers some like their personal questions about music and stuff like that. So like what are your feelings and opinions on the producer industry? It's your time. You can say whatever you want, like whatever you be having in your like I can't wait to say this, it's your time. Go ahead, bro. Like negative, positive, whatever,
My opinion on the producer industry, like right now, I feel like it's a lot of people trying to do the same stuff. Like I'm like I'm talking about like the underground like
Yeah.
scene right now, because that's the type of music I listen to. So that's like what I be seeing the most. But yeah, I feel like a lot of producers just trying to like sound like everybody else right now. Like I understand, like you see like a certain type of beat going viral right now. Like that's what's hype right now. But like make it something exactly like that. Like it's one thing to just do that, but like I still say you should at least like try to put your own little spin on it or something. Because like let me give you an example, right?
Go ahead.
So you know how like the Dom Corleone type beats was popping off a while back, and every producer started making that same type beat, and like the first few times you heard it, it's like, oh, this is hard, but like hearing it over and over again, it got annoying, right?
Yeah.
The same thing kind of happened to Puggy B. Like a lot of people were saying Puggy B was dead for a while until like a new kind of sound of Puggy B came around. So like a lot of producers trying to like replicate the same sound that another producer made and went viral off of. I mean, yeah, it works, but also there's levels to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
Nobody wants to hear the same thing over and over again.
That's true. I kind of feel like it hurts the artist too, because like if you make the same beat over and over again, that's why I got so many Dom Corleone haters. Like he really, as a rapper, you generally gonna make the same type of music. Like you can switch it up, but when the producer kind of oversaturated, I kind of feel like it hurts them, the music and the artist. So that's a good point.
I definitely feel like that's a part of why his image got hurt. Because like that sound got oversaturated. But yeah.
Yep. I feel like that, like the same could be said for like a lot of plug and beat rappers. Their music still could be good. When you hear the beats on TikTok all over again, they picking the same generic beats, and to them they just picking beats. They don't, they're not producers, they don't see it. So like I kind of have you brought that up because it kind of got me thinking like it affects more than just producer industry. It affects music, which means the artists, A&Rs, like creative people, etc. It affects us all. Now I'm thinking about it, but the same can kind of be said for like rappers and like people who do art and stuff. When they make the same type of thing, it hurts the producers because they're restricted to what's going to sell, etc.
Yeah, I agree with that too. But at the same time, like, yeah, those beats, like, what's popular right now is gonna sell. But at the same time, like, I still feel like you shouldn't just like completely replicate the sound because
I agree.
Eventually, like the rapper's gonna peep that, like, oh, this is not doing well, and they're gonna want something new, and you ain't gonna have nothing new. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's true. And then also you kind of restricting yourself as a producer. Like you can, unless you're multi-talented, got Grammys and stuff, you making the same type of beats, you're restricting yourself from getting better and learning more, and I kind of went through that myself for like making plug and B and R&B. And like before I was making other genres, but when I got into plug and B R&B, I started seeing a lot of success with it. And I was selling, especially with like making R&B beats, because my views on YouTube were going up really good. But I had to stop because I like at a certain point, I noticed like a lot of the beats were sounding the same. Two, I knew I was doing it because of the views, and that's not what I got into like into music for.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that's why I can speak on it because I've experienced it and I know like the negative effects it has. Like it doesn't help you. Even when you see the views go down after you make something else, you're gonna be happier, and your music gonna be a lot better. Okay. Any other hot takes and such you want to get off your chest?
Honestly, I think that's the only hot take right now. Like that's the only problem I really like have is just like a lot of people trying to sound the same. But other than that, I think the producer community, underground rap community, is cool right now. Honestly,
I feel like it has like a lot of room to grow and kind of. I feel like it's changing, and I feel like a lot of mainstream music isn't. So I feel like the underground music is benefiting a lot, and I listen to mainstream as well as I listen to underground. So that's why I feel like when people be saying like rap is dead and stuff, I feel like they're mainly talking about like mainstream rap, which is not really what I make, and like, of course, there are like some underground rappers that are popping that's just like they're not good, and like a lot of the underground is bad too. But I feel like it has a lot of potential because it's underground. It can afford to be bad at first,
Yeah,
they're still like because like let's be real, underground still means you're kind of starting out. Even if you're in the underground for a long time, you're still missing something, and like once you figure it out for producers and artists, Anyway, I don't want to make this a Cyrus and Zigs have a whole philosophical conversation on music. But like, all right, so like some other questions I want to ask you are just about like motivation, how you make beats. So what keeps you motivated? What keeps you posting TikToks, dropping songs, dropping beats, like what keeps you going?
Honestly, what keeps me motivated is like I mean, the people, like, I got, like, people supported my music now. Like, like, hey, this is fire, bro. This is
Yeah.
good. You need to make more beats. You know what I'm saying? It's that. Like, I post a beat on TikTok, SoundCloud, Instagram, and, people be like, oh, this is good. Or, like, I want this beat. Or, even just, like, people who don't rap or anything, just saying that it's good.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like that's what keeps me going. Like, it's not really like the money or like the views or nothing, but like just being able to show people my music and for them to enjoy it, that does a lot for me.
I feel that. I feel that. I understand that. I kind of felt the same way like when I started like with wave rolling and stuff, because like even when all the like the videos and interviews and stuff wasn't get a lot of views, like people were happy, people were winning beat battles, people were like following other producers and they'd be like, man, we got cool over the beat battle and stuff. Like at least somebody, it's helping somebody. Not even that I'm trying to help anybody, like it's making somebody like feel positive and good, and like somebody I might post a reel that they might about something they might not know about. Then you learn something, but that kind of keeps me going too. So I understand that.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, dang, Loki actually went through a lot of these questions pretty fast.
We did.
But like now I want to ask you, like, well, we kind of already talked about this. Well, no, we didn't. This is a different kind of question. Like, what are you listening to now? Like now.
All right, so I still listen to a lot of underground rap. I say like the ones I mean, Lucky not really underground no more, but
he really isn't. But I kind of think the same thing.
I still say he underground just for the sake of this conversation. I listen to a lot of Lucky. I listen to Jace. I listen to who Isaiah TG. I like him too. I listen to a lot of Destroy Lonely. Like a lot of my music be influenced by him. And Summers, all the Puggy B rappers. I love Puggy B. But I listen to a lot of rock music too, like just like alternative rock, shoegaze, that type of stuff. I listen to. I'm a producer, so I listen to a lot of beats, like instrumentals. Like sometimes I'll be on YouTube just listening to type beats. This is because there's inspiration that you can find from that stuff too.
Definitely.
And of course, anime, video games, like because I mean sometimes when I'll be watching anime, and I'm like, oh, this soundtrack kind of hard, like this opening kind of hard. Then I have to like hear it. I literally like just sampled like a Naruto ending, like couple.
I think I've seen it on TikTok.
It
came out fire though.
Yeah, because I'll just be listening to like soundtracks, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is hard. Like even if it's not like directly sampling it, like I said, like interpolating it, I guess, like get inspiration from it. So yeah, I listen to like really anything, honestly.
Okay. Mess with that. So like, well, second to last question, I'm gonna just ask. Like, I kind of want to start asking more of the producers. This like, how are you? You can be honest too. You don't gotta cat for me or whatever. Like, how are you doing? I know you're in college. I'm in college. I work. I know how hard it is trying to be a producer with all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So, how are you, bro?
It is hard being a producer in college, not gonna lie. But at first I was struggling a lot with like time management, but I'm getting better with it. Like, making time to like make my beats instead of like forcing time. Like I would like be making beats and I'm like, oh man, I got like 5 assignments I need to do right now.
Yeah.
So I gotta like learn to like I'm putting school first, but I'm still making music consistently. You know what I'm saying?
I respect that.
But honestly, I'm doing fine right now. Like I'm enjoying my time in college. I'm still enjoying making music. So I'll say I'm pretty happy right now. I'm doing great.
That's good. I'm actually genuinely happy that you're happy. Like a lot of people don't like realize like being a producer is a hard thing, and then being a person is a hard thing. I kind of feel like, especially like a lot of media platforms, like we only focus on the musician part of the person, the acting part of the person, the rapping part, etc. But it's a lot to come with that, especially as producers, Okay, so just like last question, like anything you want to tell like the viewers like to look out for coming, like kids, videos, vlogs, whatever, anything. All your socials will be in the description, but anything you want to shout out, like, or people, go ahead.
All right, well, there are a few songs that I got cooking up with some artists that I'm working with. They are going to be very good. I want to let you know that right now.
Okay.
I'm going to shoot a music video soon. It's not going to be for a song of mine, but I produced the song.
Okay.
So I got a music video that's going to be coming out soon. More beats, of course. I got a few songs that are ready to drop. So, just be ready for some more music, some visuals, and Of course, some more TikToks. No, TikTok.
Hey man, go follow Zigs on TikTok, bro. You finna hit 10K soon, man. Faster than y'all think. All right, but bro, thank you for coming on. For y'all who don't know, this is Zigs. Again, go watch him on TikTok, everything, Instagram. Go follow him. And it's my boy. Go listen to his SoundCloud. Listen to stuff on Apple Music. Listen to the song We Got. You know, just tune in for the next episode of Cyrus the Virus and Zigs. Appreciate y'all.